Hello and welcome to the Aligned and Confident Dating Podcast. I am your host, Colette Gallagher, and I am a healthy relationship champion. And I'm really excited because today we're going to talk about how to date with confidence and avoid desperate dating. I think we are all ready to get started here today on today's episode of the Aligned and Confident Dating Podcast with me, your host, Colette Gallagher. So this should be really exciting because how many of us have really liked a person, we've gotten, a huge crush on someone, and we're just trying to figure out what we can do to get their attention, what we can do to, show them how awesome we are, and try to figure out what they like, and all of this stuff for someone who is just not showing very much interest back. So I know that I have been there, and so this is what we want to avoid. And we want to feel good when we're going out on our dates, and we want to feel like we're finding someone who's as attracted to us as we are to them. And so that is the goal, is to find someone that we can really connect with, someone that we can really talk to and enjoy their company and just have fun in life with, and not have all of these nerves and all of these feelings of like not being good enough, or that we have to try to prove something. So I've got a great list of do's and don'ts that we're going to talk about today. So the first do that I want to talk about is that you want to feel good in the clothes that you're wearing and your hairstyle and your makeup. So you do want to go through your wardrobe and pick out the things that make you feel really good and try stuff on if you haven't done this in a while, and just donate or sell anything that doesn't make you feel sexy, that doesn't make you feel attractive, anything you want to fix, anything with holes in it, just things like that. You want to make sure that when you're leaving the house, you never know who's going to be out there, because you can meet your partner in the grocery store, at the coffee shop, pretty much anywhere. You never know if there's like a cute person, attractive person that's going to be there. And so you want to, for the most part, feel good when you leave the house. And that doesn't mean you always have to wear, your best clothes, but even if you're going out in casual, maybe sweatpants or something, you still want to feel good and cute in those sweatpants. And so making sure that you feel good in what you're wearing. If you haven't tried any new hairstyles in a while, or if you haven't tried any different makeup looks or anything like that, then you might want to go on to YouTube or Pinterest and maybe think of like new cute hairstyles you can do if you're a woman, or I guess men too, if you want to try some makeup looks, and just learn ways to feel like really good about your appearance. If you're going out and you don't feel good, and it's not about being like the hottest person in the room or anything like that, but you exude confidence when you feel as attractive as you can be. And so that's why we just want to make sure that we're putting our best foot forward and we feel confident when we leave the house in our appearance. So that's my first do. The next do I want to talk about is having hobbies and things that you love to do. And so you want to have some things that you look forward to doing each week, whether that's a hobby or an activity, or maybe you have networking groups or church groups or friends or whatever it is. But you want to make sure that you have some things that are fun for you, not only for you, of course, for you to have a good life and enjoy your life, but also it makes you more interesting when you're out on a date because you have things to talk about. So if you're really into whatever it is, it doesn't even matter what it is, but if you're really into something and then you could talk about it on your date, and if they're into that too, then that's amazing, because then you can connect over your hobbies. And so if you're one of those people that's just going through the motions of life, and maybe you've just been going to work and then coming home and watching TV and getting ready for the next day, and then on the weekends you're just running errands and you're not really doing anything fun, like you don't have anything to look forward to, then I suggest going through your calendar, carving out just 2 days a week, maybe one weekend, a couple hours on the weekend day, And maybe one night during the week for an hour or two, maybe find a class you can take that's fun for you, a group. Like I said, there's so many things, as long as you're in like any kind of reasonably sized town, that you can do to have something to look forward to. And again, it makes you more interesting because you have something exciting to talk about on your date. So the next do that I want to talk about is knowing what you bring to a relationship. So this is going to help your confidence, because if you know the good things about yourself, the good things that make you a good catch, then you're going to be able to go on that date with confidence, because you're going to know, hey, I'm smart, I'm fun, I am an amazing chef, I'm great at knitting, whatever it is. Maybe you're really good at building planes, model airplanes. Like, it doesn't really matter what it is. Just write down the things that are like what you're really good at and what you bring to a relationship. Maybe you're a good listener. Maybe you are funny. So just make that list so that you know that there are things that make you a good, maybe you're loyal, or you have those qualities that people are looking for in a relationship. There was a time when I really didn't think that I had a lot of value to bring to a relationship. I was super busy, I was taking care of my grandparents, and I just didn't really feel like, there's a lot that I could contribute. But then when I did this exercise, when I made this list, I realized that, hey, I might not have all the time in the world to spend with this person, but I am loyal, I am fun to be around, I like to read, and so I always have interesting things to discuss. I love to talk about the universe, and so if you can find someone that can appreciate those qualities in you, then you have value to bring to the relationship, and that's really important for your confidence. And you also want to know what you desire in a relationship. So it's super important to know what you desire out of a relationship, because that's going to make you more confident too, because you're not going to be wasting your time going on dates with people you're not in alignment with. And so you really want to know what you're looking for in a relationship, so that you're not just going after someone that looks good or that would be fun in the moment, but someone that has actually, you've decided, like, okay, this is a person that matches what I'm looking for in a relationship. And if they don't reciprocate, that's okay. You just move on and you find someone that does reciprocate. So that goes on to my next do, is you want to treat yourself the way that you would want a date to treat you. So a lot of times we're waiting for this partner. We're waiting for someone to come along and do things for us, whether that is to go try a new restaurant, to maybe have flowers at your house, maybe it's jewelry for, or maybe it's someone to spend time, you want to go out, things like that. And so instead of waiting for a partner to do those things with, go with a friend or go by yourself. So this is something that I learned to do, because when I was first starting out, I felt really lonely and kind of awkward when I went places by myself. But I knew that if I wanted to meet a quality person, I had to enjoy my own company. And so I started going out and taking myself on dates. And because I was taking myself on dates, because I was buying myself flowers, because I wasn't looking for a partner to come and fulfill these needs for me, I was able to be pickier, and I was able to have more discernment, and I was able to wait until I found someone who was willing to do those things for me. I wasn't going to settle on someone that didn't do those things for me, because otherwise I would just do it for myself. So, doing those little things that maybe you would want to do with a partner, do them for yourself, so that that you can go out and meet people just for the sake of having fun and not because you're trying to get something from them. And another fun thing to do before you go on a date to build your confidence is to have some rituals. So this can be affirmations in the mirror about how awesome you are and how fun you are and how much, how great your company is. So whatever your affirmations are, but just having some little rituals that you do before your date to make you feel really good before you go out and meet the person that you're going to go on your date with. Doing little rituals that are going to make you feel really good. Another do is you want to do some sort of physical activity every day. And this is because it's going to help you on so many levels. Physical activity is really good for boosting serotonin levels, for creating more happiness in your life, for getting your blood flowing, for health reasons. There's so many reasons to do some sort of physical activity every day, but especially to be confident, because if you're exercising, you're taking care of yourself, you're going to feel really good about yourself, and then that's going to build your confidence when you go out on the dates, because you know you're taking care of yourself and exercising, and you're happier and you're feeling good about yourself. And having something that you do every day builds your confidence, because when you say you're going to do something and then you do it, it builds confidence in yourself. So just the act of doing something every day is going to build confidence. But then if you're exercising every day, it's giving you so many other benefits. So you definitely want to have something, even if that's walking or dancing around your house. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, 15, 20 minutes, just something where you're moving your body every single day is really going to help boost your confidence, and that'll carry over onto your dates. Another do is you want to make sure you have a friend, at least one. Hopefully you have more than one, but it's really important to have a friend or two, especially if you have a community. That's the best. But some people just want to have one or two close friends, and that's totally fine too. But it's really important to have friends before you start dating, because again, you don't want to go on dates because you're lonely or looking for company. You want to have friends for that. So if you're super busy and you just feel like you don't have time for dating, then you want to carve out some time. Again, go through your calendar, one day a week, even if it's just for like an hour. Make time to go out and make new friends and do something new. Try something new. It's going to make you more interesting and more things to talk about. And then when you do have challenges, you can talk to your friend. When you go on a date and you're waiting for someone to call you back, because when you're just starting out, it's not like you're talking to the person every day. Most likely, maybe you are, but for the most part, most people don't talk every day in the beginning. And so when you're waiting for that text, or when you're feeling nervous about something, you can reach out to your friend instead. So having friends, having a social life, having things to do, and not giving those things up, really important when you are building confidence and trying to avoid that desperate dating. So let's talk about the don'ts now. So here are some things you don't want to do. You don't want to jump into a relationship right away. You want to take things slowly, get to know them, and that way it'll build your confidence, because you'll have time to think about things during the breaks, and you'll be able to decide if this is someone that you really want to spend time with. Whereas if you're just jumping into it, you might overlook some things and regret it later. Don't look for someone to save you. So sometimes people are looking for like their hero to come in and make them happy, or take care of them, or just there's so many things, but you don't want to do that. It's not fair for the other person. They're their own person. Their job is not to save you. So you don't want to put your responsibility for your happiness onto anybody but yourself, and take care of yourself, and then that way you'll be able to attract a quality partner, and you're not coming from this place of being desperate because you need someone to take care of you. Another don't is you don't want to put more energy into a relationship than the other person. So this kind of goes back to what we were talking about in the beginning. You want to, show interest, have fun, get to know the person, but if they're not showing any interest, just move on and find someone who is. So you definitely don't want to try to earn someone's love, or buy someone's love, or be somebody who you think that person is gonna like. I used to make this mistake a long time ago. When I was younger, I used to try to figure out who would be attractive to that person, instead of being myself and then letting the people that would be attracted to me find me. So you definitely don't want to try to be someone that you're not, pretend you like things that you don't like, things like that, so it's important to know your hobbies and your interests and all of that, and be confident in your life and be confident in yourself, so that you're not going into these situations and looking really desperate. And this goes along with making someone your whole life. So sometimes people give up everything to spend more time with someone in the first few months of dating. So that's something you want to avoid. You don't want to give up your life. You don't want to give up your hobbies. Because again, this is what makes you feel good. This is what makes you happy. This is what makes you confident. And that's what makes you interesting to the other person. And so I used to make the mistake where I would slowly stop doing things because I felt like, oh, I want to spend time with this person. I want to be with this person all the time. And then it would get boring. And then we would start fighting for no reason. And so I found that when I keep my hobbies, when I keep my interests, not only am I happier and more confident, but then I have things to talk about with my partner, and I'm just happier in general. And so that makes me more fun to be around. When you're happier, it's more fun to be around someone who's happy. Another thing you don't want to do is you don't want to mistake attachment for love. So a lot of times our hormones are going crazy and we attach ourselves to someone, and then we feel like, oh my gosh, I'm in love. I have butterflies. I haven't felt this way in forever. And we think we're in love with the person. And really all that is just our hormones, and maybe they remind us of someone. And so we think we project onto them, and that's just not a great idea. So you definitely do not want to do that. And another thing you don't want to do is to bring your past relationships into this one. And so a lot of times we've had bad experiences, we've had bad breakups, maybe we're mad about something with our ex, maybe we're bitter, maybe we're angry, maybe we have fear about, choosing the wrong partner. And so we have to let go of all of that, and so that we can go into this next relationship with a clean slate. And so, think about who you need to forgive, including yourself, and practice, forgiveness exercises, and really releasing all of your exes and all of those past experiences, and just know that you learned from them and you're not gonna make those same mistakes again, as long as you learn from the past and learn your patterns and forgive yourself for not, doing things the way you might now, and forgive your exes and your past relationships. That way you can go into new relationships with a fresh start. You're not projecting something that someone else did onto your new person, and you can just come in with this open heart and open love without all of this baggage from the past. The last thing you don't want to do is overshare. And so sometimes when we start dating, we just feel like we want to have that connection with someone, and we just feel like they're just such a great listener, and we want to tell them our whole life story, why our exes were jerks, how terrible whatever experiences were in this first and second dates. So you don't want to do that, because you want to build trust over time, and slowly, you want to be like a sitcom, or like a novel, and let the person kind of see pieces of you one chapter at a time, and just focus on having fun. And yeah, you can share and you can connect and you can tell them things, and maybe there's that cliche of like, oh, I've never told anyone this before. I feel so close to you. And that's fine. But for the first at least like few dates, few months even, you just want to focus on enjoying each other's company and getting to know each other. And you can slowly start to divulge your secrets, but at the same time, you want to build trust with this person, and they're earning your trust, and they're earning the right to know your secrets and the inside of you. So don't overshare too much in the beginning. Just have fun, unless it's something that you just feel like the person just needs to know up front about you. Other than that, let them get to know you slowly and enjoy the process. Be confident in yourself, knowing that you are a great catch, that you do have something to bring to the table, and you've created a life that you love, and now you're ready to share it with that special someone and enjoy time with them as well. Not from a place of being desperate, but from a place of, I love my life, I have friends, I have things I enjoy, and now it's time to really enjoy that with a partner. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Aligned and Confident Dating Podcast. I would love to answer any questions you have. I do have a Facebook group, the Aligned and Confident Dating Facebook group. So go ahead and jump in there and post your questions, and I would be happy to answer those. And I will see you guys soon. Have an amazing day. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of the Aligned and Confident Dating Podcast with me, your host, Colette Gallagher. If you liked this video, please subscribe down below. Hit that like button. I would love to hear your comments. Please leave your comments down below. And please join us in my free Facebook group, the Aligned and Confident Dating Facebook group. I'll post a link in the section below. So please go ahead and join there. I'll be giving you some free stuff, answering your questions, and I would love to see you in there. Have an amazing day, and I will see you next time.